Today we're going to learn how to find a percentage of a number. So with our first problem, we're going to find out what is 8% of 50. What is 8% of 50? So the first thing we have to do is we have to take our percentage and we're going to turn it into a decimal. And the way we do that is we put a decimal behind the last number. In this case it's just an 8, so there's only one number. So I'll put a decimal behind it and I'm going to move it 2 places to the left. That's a rule. Whenever you turn a percentage into a decimal, put the decimal behind the last number and you always move it 2 places to the left. So we have 8. I'm putting a decimal behind it. Now I'm going to move that decimal 2 places to the left. 1, 2. We get a new answer of 0.08. So now of, I can kind of think of meaning multiplication. Of means multiplication in a sense. So far it's 0.08 times, and then we take the number we're trying to find the percentage of. This time it's 50. So to make a long story short, what we're going to do is we're going to take 0.08 and multiply it by 50. And remember, I was able to get this decimal because I started with a percentage and I converted it to a decimal. So it looks kind of sloppy right now. We're going to rewrite it and then actually do the math. So we can take our 0.08 and we know that we're going to multiply it by 50, and that's how we're going to find out what the percentage of 50 is. So I can multiply it with the decimal, but it would be much easier if I take it out. So what I'm going to do is count the number of places I have to take it out. 1, 2. I'm going to put that 2 up here to remind me that I need to move my decimal back in 2 places to my answer. But for now, to make it easier, I'm just going to go ahead and erase it and pretend it was never there. But the 2 will remind me to put it back into my answer later. So let's start doing some math now. We're going to do some multiplication. 0 times 8 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. And then 0 times 0, 0 again. We go down to the next line, so we start off with an automatic 0. 5 times 8 is 40, so we have another 0, but we can put our 4 up here. 5 times 0 is 0, but 0 plus 4 is 4. And we are finished because we're not going to multiply that by another 0. So now if we come back in, our decimal has to go back in 2 places. So when we add up, we get 0, 0, and 4. Decimal back into this 2 places. So if it starts here, it goes over 1, 2, which looks like we now have an answer of 4. 4.00. We can rewrite that as 4. So now to clean all this up, we finished all the work. We turned this into a decimal. We multiplied by a number. In this case, it was 50. Took my decimal out, put it back in, and what we discovered is that 8% of 50 is 4.